Martial arts is an awesome reflection on so many life issues, but is that always a good thing?
So what's your stance on, well, having a stance?
This should be easy. Everybody knows what stance means and what kamae means, right? Do you know what I mean when I say kamae? Maybe it's better to imagine we don't know. Let our minds get inquisitive. Let's investigate the behind the scenes of our assumptions.
But that's not what I meant. I'm not asking about your stance. I'm asking about your stance.
Did this student just flip my whole understanding of this word? I've been saying this for years. That's it. Back to beginner's mind for me. I'm going to ask some experts and make up my own mind.
I had the chance to study in person a few times with Muramatsu Sensei in Connecticut and in Kashiwa. He once stood in one place, absolutely still, and said, "This is Ichimonji no Kamae." He didn't move at all and said, "This is Jumonji no Kamae." For him, the intent mattered more than the position. For him, stance was very much about mindset.
Similarly for me as well, even though I spent a lot of time training at the Hombu with Hansumi Sensei and some of the Shihan, the majority of the time that I was in Japan, I spent training with Manaka Sensei in the Jinenkan. And in those days, there were no Q tests, there were no intermediary belt rankings in the Jinenkan. You just trained until you were ready to test, and there was always a test for Shodan. And there has always been a written test included in the Shodan materials. And that written test included knowing the specific mindset, the kimochi, the feeling associated with each kamae from the lineages that were being tested. So even though the Jinenkan has become known for high specificity in details of movement and strict adherence to the basics, I can say with absolute confidence that Manaka Sensei definitely sees the importance that you cannot have one without the other. You have the correct knowledge of the physical stance and correct knowledge of the emotional stance.
Kamae can be a physical position.
And that can describe your thinking as well. In modern Japan, if you want to tell someone or encourage someone not to be so concerned about something, you can say to them, "Kama wa nai de." Like literally, don't have a kamae about this. Now that's clearly about mindset. Now, it obviously does not mean that you are worried they might suddenly jump into Kotoryu Seigan no Kamae because they got the wrong sandwich delivered at the deli counter.
In Hatsumi Sensei's book, he describes Kotoryu's kamae. And what's the premise there? Literally, that it's all relative. The whole kamae section isn't even called that. It's called Kotoryu Kopochitsu Kurai Dori. That Kurai Dori title for the whole section on kamae is a super strong reminder. This is all relative.
I figured it out. It's all 100% totally always about mindset.
If I'm doing one lineage in the beginner class today and another lineage with the intermediate class tomorrow, should I just stand the same way? Does it really matter where I put my hands?
Okay, it's not all about mindset. If I want to maintain the lineage information, sometimes it has to be about the physical part. I'm questioning my understanding of one of the most basic words in martial arts. If I ask another instructor what they think it means, they're going to know I've totally lost it. The rumor mill is going to be ruthless too. I'm going to show up at a seminar next month, and they'll all know I'm the guy who doesn't know anything. Am I just teaching out of ego?
I don't think Coach knows what I'm asking about. Is he even paying attention?
If I don't know which one matters most, how am I supposed to teach this stuff, right? What's it even mean to say one of them is right in the first place?
When it comes to the Takamatsu-den lineages of martial arts, it's obviously pretty hard to argue with Hatsumi Sensei's interpretations. He's kind of right by default. So when he keeps saying the same thing over and over, he probably means it.
I think I do get it. Shin, Gi, Tai. That means all three parts are important. Our mindset, our skills, and our physical position. I guess it's no surprise that the message has been there the whole time.
Because we're so opposed to gatekeepers, in the description below we have a series of relevant phrases and words, so you can copy-paste them into your translation app of choice, do your own thinking, and reach your own decisions.
And that includes that phrase from Hatsumi Sensei's book where he categorizes the Kamae of Kotoryu under the banner of Kurai Dori. I'm looking forward to another set of great discussions going on in the comments down below. How are you planning to incorporate this idea into your training?
If you are enjoying this discussion about how terminology can change how we think about things in our lives and in our martial arts practice, you'll really enjoy this video about the word kihon, or this video with some really surprising details about what Hatsumi Sensei likes to call your training partner.